All right, so day 2. It is an admin day. Days like this, I have to stay in the office as much as possible. Look at this, new office, well buzzing. It's good, isn't it? Much better than the studio, like. But first thing to do each day is this. I don't know if you can see it. This is my era planner. It's literally called This Is My Era. Highly recommend. So basically you start off doing your quarterly goals, and then your monthly goals, and then weekly review, daily, etc., etc. So basically, you get your 5-year goals down to your annual, down to your quarterly, down to your monthly, weekly, daily actionable steps. So I know what to do today. So I win the week, win the month, win the quarter, win the year. It's basically a sat nav in order to hit my goals, right? All right. So when we open it up, you're going to come to a page like this. This is your daily actionable steps. This is once you've done like your weekly goals, your monthly goals, weekly goals, etc., right? So today's date is 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Friday. All right. Fill out what you're thankful for. Thankful for this house. Thankful for Lauren. And I'm thankful for being back on YouTube, because I was scared to do it for a while. Yeah, there's different things you're thankful for each day, innit? So today's priorities. I've got some business things that I need to do, right? So there's things that are within the business that I have to do, like client reports. So I send client reports every single week. So I do the site visits on Thursdays, and then I do the client reports on Fridays. So I send them all the videos, the photos and stuff, and all the... Here's a wee tip if you do deal packaging, right? So when I do the client reports, I do like a summary of what's happened for the week. I then do problems that came up, all the solutions we have for those problems, because problems come up every week. There's no point in like lying and saying that problems don't come up. They do come up. So it's good to be honest. So I say all the problems that come up, all the solutions, how we solve them all, and our actionables, like our actions this week. So in detail, so I done a summary, but we do in detail exactly what happened this week. And then we do the plan for next week, right? So that's what's within these client reports. I also want to build network in new area, right? These are like the most important for the day in new area. And you know what? Record this YouTube video, because this is going to be a tough one. Because it's going to be a few admin days a week. That's why when I think I do all these like network in new areas, I could take you along, and then that'll fill up like days. That'll be like, I'll be able to go outside more essentially and touch grass. Video. Right. These things are going to help towards some of my goals, right? So basically, some of my goals are, like for this quarter, 250 YouTube subs, recording a YouTube video, that's going to hit towards it. You got a few here. Confident with body. You know what? That's where the running comes in. That's where the marathon comes in. So I think that's going to do it. Start on portfolio, find the JV partner. Basically, rather than going through all of these goals, I want to make sure, I've done that. Target date, tick. I should fill in the dates, but full-time in property, I've done that one. Nice, sick. I've got to remind myself why I am doing these daily actionable steps, and are they going to go towards these goals? Build systems. I want to build like at least 2 systems, because it's all fun and games saying that, yeah, I want to build all my systems in one day. You get overwhelmed, the task becomes this monster, and your fight or flight kicks in, and then you choose flight, right? So it's best to just break it down. Like even if it's like one system a day, or even if it's just a bit of a system, open up Canva, get the flow chart going, and just, even if it's all blank, you just have like a frame, break it right down to something that is extremely doable, right? So even if it's just like getting your Canva subscription, or getting a whiteboard and then you draw it on the whiteboard a wee bit, like just get the ball rolling, So I'm going to put build 1 system, maybe 2. So what I do is I go down and do site visit. I then go around with the builder, and so I'll record stuff, photos, but those are a given. Whilst I'm doing that, we have the voice note app, voice note. Now, this captures everything that he says, everything that I say, all the things we discuss, and then that's it. We don't have to worry about it. So rather than me spending time sitting listening to that voice note and typing it all out and it all being really messy, right? Like just spending hours listening, like not only listening but transcribing and all that stuff, I just decided to get a transcribing software. So it's called Clipto. Pay a wee subscription to that. I chuck the voice note into here, so I chuck that into there, and then that transcribes it. Once it's transcribed, I then polish it up. Because it's just all words, I then polish it up for the structure of it, and then send. So from here, from when I'm sitting here, this used to take about 2 hours to do one. Now, 4 projects, 4 clients, takes about half an hour, 45 minutes for all of them. You see? So that system alone has saved me hours and hours and hours of stress every week, and hours that can be like allocated to more important tasks. It's not that this one isn't important, but if you have wasted hours and it's not just this one thing and you have it across the board, then it's just, you are wasting time. It's better to be efficient and build these wee systems, right? So build one system. You don't want only career goals in here, right? If you have only career goals, then you're not going to get anywhere personally, and you're going to find that your whole identity and your happiness and everything is revolved around your business, your company. And if your business is doing bad, you're doing bad. If your business is doing well, yeah, you're doing well, but it's like a roller coaster. It's not often a business is consistently doing well. So it's good to have things outside of it. So one of these things I have outside of it is my guitar lessons. I've been wanting to do this for years. I do 1 hour every 2 weeks with this guy. He's incredible, very, very friendly, very helpful. Absolutely love him. And I'm just doing it 1 hour every 2 weeks. That's just an indefinite goal. Like, I want to get better. I want to get better. I'm not going to be in a band, but this is just for me, because when I play the guitar, it's like a little vice. It's like video editing. It's just one of those things. If you have one of those things in your life, like a hobby where when you're doing it, it's just you disconnect from reality, and you know, like the hour feels like 2 seconds, double down on that one just for your own mental state, at least for me anyway. So guitar lessons and all of these videos, whether people watch them or not, I like editing them, I like recording them, and yeah, exactly, it's just one of those things that keep me chugging along, right? Call HMO licensing because we're having a bit of a confusion here. Now, I don't know the answer to this one. This is something I'm wanting to know the answer to. With our HMOs, we are unsure whether you can have the doors open, or like you have to have doors or no doors. Sometimes you can have a door, sometimes you can't have a door, depending on the area. And is it classed as usable floor space? Is it not? Because if it's not, then it technically shrinks the room, and that means the room gets, like, obviously technically smaller, even though it's not, and it may fall under regulations. So, for example, the double ensuite is minimum 8 square meters, and the studio is minimum 14 square meters. So if you have one that's like, I don't know, 8 square meters dead, and you put in a fixed wardrobe with doors, and the HMO licensing come over and they're like, look, that's not classed as usable floor space, so we have to take it off, and now it falls under the 8 square meters. It's not good. So I want to call them to make sure, because I'm hearing conflicting things. Like, people are like, oh, without the doors, it can be classed as usable floor space, but if you put doors on, it's not. And I'm like, why would doors do that? That doesn't make any sense, right? So I have to call them, and I want to make sure that we can use doors. Dustpan Kitchen, I went to Howdens this week and spoke with them because the kitchen is really small. Here's another wee tip for you. When it comes to kitchens, if you, I think it's like 2 square meters per double ensuite room. Like, the studios, they have their own kitchens, so I don't think they can, right? So when it comes to the double ensuites, they need the kitchens. So let's say you have 4 double ensuites, has to be minimum 8 square meters. I would double check with your local authority because they're all different. This is my one. However, if the double ensuite is under 10 square meters, it needs another 2 square meters in the kitchen, because technically the tenant isn't able to eat in their bedroom, right? So if it's over 10 square meters, they can eat in their bedroom. Therefore, you don't have to add 2 square meters onto the kitchen. But if that's not the case, you have to add 2 square meters onto the kitchen. Anyway, all of the rooms in Dustpan are over 10 square meters, all the double ensuites. So the kitchen could be 8 square meters. Now, when we done the plans for that, that was fine. However, the logistics side of things, it's a bit tight for a kitchen. So me and the builder went to Howden's and basically helped design the kitchen in order for it to like have the best amount of optimal, like best amount of space for it, because it's pretty small. You want a seating area, and you also want like washing machine, dryer, and all these things. You want as much as possible in a small space. So dustpan kitchen, confirm with client, because it's his project. You know, I want to make sure that he's happy with it. I don't want to put in kitchens and stuff with colors and I'm like, oh, I like it. And he's like, Scott, I really don't like it. And they've invested so much money into it. Like, they have obviously the right to pick colors and stuff. Right. I'm sure I'll add a few more things. I don't want you watching me do this for absolutely ages. Basically, you're not going to watch me do this every single day. Like, this is just to help guide you through if you do decide to get this planner, because I'm able to hit all my goals because of this planner. So it's only fair that I share it. Anyway, affirmation. I like doing this one. Just do the fucking work. Because see, when I'm feeling sorry for myself, I'm like, oh, I don't want to send emails. Oh, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to do that. It doesn't matter about what you want. The work needs doing, right? The work needs doing. So when I see that, it's like, Scott, just do the fucking work and shut up. You know, another one I do is, this is what hard feels like. This is what hard feels like. Just do the work. Just do the work. It's so basic. Like, affirmations are meant to be like, oh, you're amazing, like, you've got this, all these sort of like positive things. And do you know what works for me? It's just, Scott, just shut up and do the work. That's it. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You don't need to be told that you're pretty. Oh God. All right, so I'm gonna kick off with building a network. I also added another one, and that was book networking events, because that's a no-brainer. But I'm going to initially start by going on Facebook, right? And I'm in property groups. Here's the property groups that I'm in. I'm in the property trading community, Aspire Nation, because I done the Aspire training. The HMO group, Prosperity Network, I joined them this week. So we got a couple clients from there, actually. Michael was in them before, so now I've joined them. And yeah, I'm in, how many other ones? I'm in All About Property, Landlords UK, Property Investors UK, UK Property Deals and Opportunities. Don't really use those ones. The main ones I use are Aspire Nation, the Property Trading Community, Progressive Property Community, that's a good one as well, the HMO Group, and Prosperity Network. So I'm going to type up a message, and I'm going to post, probably copy and paste it into each group. And then I'm going to go over to the WhatsApp groups that I'm in. All right, here's what I come up with, right? So that's it there. I'm adding a photo just so it catches the eye a little bit better rather than just a regular post. So here's what I've got. I know it's not perfect, but I think it'll do. Hey, I'm looking to meet some sourcers/investors in the Northwest area who are interested in co-sourcing. We have worked with many sources in our current area and want to continue that as we scale into this new area. I've said the area, but it's just insert new area if you want to copy it. If you or anyone you know would be interested in working together, feel free to comment or DM me, and we can arrange a coffee, on me of course, to discuss. Feel free to check out my page to see what we've been up to this year too, because like if you see a stranger's post, or if you see a post, I do post in these groups, but sometimes it's like you want to check out, see if they're legit. So I always invite them to look into my page. PS, it doesn't necessarily have to just be sourcers. I'm looking to expand my network in this area, so I'm happy to meet anyone interested, because I want to make it clear that I do want to meet sourcers/investors, because we do a lot of business with these people, whether they bring clients or whether they bring deals specifically. But there's also going to be other people who work in other fields who I can help, or they can help me, and we can just all help each other. Because you'll find that in property, hopefully in business as a whole, but I've found that definitely in property, people like to help each other, because it's nice to be nice, you know? And you also get a lot more business out of it, so you get paid out of being nice, right? That's just the cold hard truth, like, let's be honest here. And then I ended it with, thanks guys. And I put that wee photo, I don't know if you can see it, just a photo of me being me. And I'm going to copy it, select all, copy. I'm going to paste that into all the other groups. All right, so we'll see how this works, and I'll probably put it on my Instagram story, and I will most likely, I will put it in WhatsApp group chats that I'm in too. So definitely recommend doing this. Let's see if this works, because hopefully it does, because I want to build that. And if you're watching and you're in the Northwest, feel free to comment below. may as well do a call to action here. Feel free to comment below and we'll be out for a coffee. Be pretty sick. We can do a lot of business together, hopefully. That'd be pretty cool, right? Ow. Right, I just went out for what I thought was going to be a walk, okay? And it didn't work because I couldn't find parking. I was actually sat downstairs. Between the last clip and this clip, I was sat downstairs for like 2 hours just trying to think, like, what's the point in this video? Like, what's the point in these like admin day videos? Because I want to do this shit like kind of daily because a lot does happen. But today, not much has actually happened. The builders are building, like solicitors are soliciting. Everyone's doing their job. So, right, I want to go through, because I want you to copy this or do something similar. I'm going to go through most of my goals and how I'm potentially going to try and like achieve them this year. Or the mindset side of things, I am going to achieve them this year. Right, so the first one, I am going to do start own portfolio. Now, I used Think Property to build a lot of experience and build portfolios for other people. I basically didn't do it myself first. I didn't raise funds. I didn't find a JV partner, like a joint venture partner. I just done it other people's portfolios for them, and I still do them. Those site visits that you saw yesterday, that's Think Property. Now, I gained a lot of experience, oh my God. Right, experience with Think Property, like a lot of experience from start to finish for 4 ongoing refurbs. We're about to do 2 more and we're aiming to do about a deal a month this year. So like a rapid crash course of experience. Now that I have that experience and credibility, by the way, because it's difficult, you know, to say raise investor finance or find the joint venture partner who would either put in all the funds, for example. It's hard to do that without the credibility nor the experience. So now that I've got those 2, I can now do my own portfolio. Like that's this year's goal. So how am I gonna do that? So this year, I decided it would be best for me to find a JV partner. So JV, joint venture, right? So this is someone that's going to put in all the pounds and I do all the work. And then we come together, we own this company, say, we'll just call it JV LTD, right? Now this is insert name and this is Scott. We have our holding companies and our holding companies own 50%, right, each of this one. Now this is what's going to happen, okay? It's still early stages, we're still in talks, but this is what's going to happen, right? And all the profits get kicked back up to our holding companies, okay? And then this one owns all of the houses, all right? And then they kick back up money to the company. So little pound sign, little pound sign, little pound sign, they kick money back up to there. That goes up to our holding companies that we own, okay? Now you might be asking, how did I find a JV partner? Now, when it comes to a JV partner, it's quite difficult going up to someone or, yeah, just going up to someone saying, hey, do you want to work together? And you put in all the money and I do all the work. They might think they're getting a bad end of the deal, but then you got to explain to them, look, I'm going to be doing all of the work, like all of it. All the solicitors, architects, brokers, builders, viewings, offers, project management, finding the tenants, negotiating, like all of it for all of the properties for like indefinitely, like infinity sign. So years and years and years of work. They can inject the cash. That's all they have to do. So basically, one does all the work, one does all the JV, all the money. Now, I found this person through Instagram because on Instagram, well, it's like one of those things, like I'm myself, like right now, like this isn't really a structured video. This is me desperately trying to think of an idea to fill in the gap, right? And I'm just honest, like if property's going badly, I'll say it on Instagram. If it's going well, I'll say it, like, and I'll not hold anything back. Now, how is that enough for someone to be like, oh, I trust you, here's all my money? It's like, I don't know, like you just got to be able to have that credibility about you. I always post the refurbs. I reach out to people. Like I found like this person and a few of the clients, like just cold messaging. Like I reach out to people and just be like, look, hey, would you be interested in that sort of thing? I've done a post at the start of this year, just saying what I'd done last year, my plans for this year. And at the end of it, it was like a carousel post. And at the end of it, I was like, by any chance, if you fancy being a JV partner, or if you want to be a private investor, feel free to hit me up. No hard sell, like that's it. Got a few leads. And like, that's the pretty cool thing about that. But my own portfolio, I'm going to own 50%, right? 50%. Plus I'll have Think Property. So diversifying a little bit. And then next year, it'll be my own portfolio 100% through private investor finance, where they basically lend money. I give them percentage, say 10% return on investment, and then I use their money to build my portfolio, and then also use the money, say from that I get from here, from Think Property, from that portfolio that I build, to pay them back interest. So if they invest 100 grand and they get say 10%, let's say 12%, so it's nice and easy. Sometimes they do get 12%. So if it's 12%, 1% a month, they'll get £1 a month, or 3 grand a quarter, or the full rolled up 12 grand at the end of the year that they can then reinvest, and it like compounds over time, right? So it's just another way of like, they make money and they don't want to own a portfolio. I get to build my own portfolio using other people's money, but that's not this year, that's next year. JV partner, I found this person by the 8th of Jan, which was a lot faster than expected. We actually knew each other a bit before that. Like we knew each other mid last year, got to get to know each other and stuff like that, and then kind of circled back, reached out, and you know, works out pretty well. It's pretty sick. So that is my own portfolio. Hoping to finish one this year and maybe start a second. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? So start a second, that's own portfolio. That's how I found them. It's kind of the company structure, very simple. It's not been done yet, so it could change. That's just the concept, should it be done anytime soon. On to the next one. Think Property. We want to gross almost 500,000 this year, right? Now, you kind of have two options. If you charge, this is not what we charge, but if you charge, say, 10,000, and you have to do, say, 48 deals to get 480,000, then you have to do 48 deals. But if you charge 20,000, bearing in mind, in order to charge higher numbers, you've got to do a fucking good service. If you charge 20,000, you only have to do 24 deals to get 480,000. Now, same result, if that's your goal, less deals. Now, you could say, oh, Scott, why don't we just charge 480 grand for a deal? That's not how it works. You can't just take the piss. But if you're finding that you're getting a lot of clients, like a waiting list, people wanting to use your service, you can't meet that demand, knock up the price a wee bit. Knock up the price. You do less deals, same result. Now, those are not our figures. However, that's what we've done. That's what we've done. We realized we want to hit a net cash flow amount, gross cash flow amount. So we have to do this because there's not many on the team. We've only got me, Michael, and Claire, and we don't have capacity to do loads and loads of deals, like tens of deals in this year. But we do have people wanting to use our service quite a lot. So we increased the fee just a wee bit, and it means we have to do less deals. So, like I said, our goal is to do that. And how are we going to do this? So, like I said earlier, I want to expand and meet a lot more people in our new investment areas. So we're really getting a lot out of our current investment area and we're doubling down on it. However, we understand it's getting a little bit saturated and competition's pretty rife down there. So what we want to do is go to a new area. So I want to build a network in that area. I've got two things I can do. I can use current network, so my current network, and ask them, who do they know in that area? They might know valuers, they might know architects, they might know builders, they might know other sourcers, they might know investors. They'll have a network of people in that area, my current network, because they're not all just in one place, like they're based across the country, some of them. So ask them. So I've asked them, and now what I want to do is also ask social media, group chats that I'm in, etc. and networking events. So NE for networking events. Now, social media. Earlier on, you saw it. I just posted a bunch in a bunch of group chats. I've had a couple of people private message me already, which is pretty sick. And I'm going to meet them next week. So group chats. I'm in a couple group chats. A few of them are from like courses that I've done and mentorships that I've been on. And one that is easy to get into if your local one does it is Progressive Property Network. I got into that group chat 2 years ago when I was starting out, and I'm still in that WhatsApp group chat. Solid group chat to be in. Prosperity Network. I don't think they have a WhatsApp group chat, but they have a Facebook group. I went through the group chats earlier, so just scroll back and then see that. Networking events. Networking events. You've got PIN, PPN, Prosperity doing masterminds and stuff. I've not been to one yet because I only joined this week, so I'm definitely going to go to their networking event. And whilst I'm there, I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to say to people, look, I want to invest in this area. Do you want to go out for a coffee? Do you know someone that would be interested in working with me that I can help and they can help me and we can all help each other grow? Because I don't want to be someone that's like a leech and just take off everyone. I can help people as well. They can use my network. They can use my advice and stuff. So I want to go to these networking events and be so proactive. Stand up. Hey, my name's Scott McPherson. I'm just new to this area. And we've done many deals in the past before in this other area. And I'm looking to find other co-sourcers who are looking to do some co-sourcing with me. If that sounds like you or anyone you know, feel free to hit me up and we can go for a coffee or insert any other profession. That is a very shit version that I just said, but you know what I mean? You just stand up and you just talk about it, just chat shit. Now, once I've found the power team, this is messy. Right, we found the power team. In the middle of doing this power team, I am also doing some area research, which is something I'm definitely going to ask these people when I meet them. So it's still think property, but now I'm wanting to do some area research. So AR, right, area research. So I can use Property Engine. This is one that I like to use, but I like to use this once I have found or asked around what areas are good. So that's a search engine that I use. You can use like $24.99 a month, and I've built a business off it. Everything you see is from that. Or you can use the $99 a month plus VAT or whatever, and you can send direct mail, direct messaging and stuff like that to people. So I'm going to use that. You can use Rightmove, all these portals, right? I'll not go through all of them. Zoopla, etc., etc., etc. Right, you can use all of these. Area research. But before I do that, I want to somewhat narrow down what the area that I want to do, right? Because it's not like I know which streets are good, which postcodes are good. Does it have Article 4? Does it not have Article 4? Because I'll write that down actually. Article 4. Google that because that's important for the HMO side of things. If it's in Article 4, it's more difficult because you need to get planning permission to do the HMO, right? And there's loads of hoops you need to jump through, loads of hurdles, but it can be more valuable. So swings and roundabouts, you can do inside Article 4. I will be doing inside Article 4 the HMO conversions, but right now, when I'm in a new area, I don't want to jump straight into that, not with clients anyway, because it can take a lot longer, more hoops, blah, 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 blah. So is there an Article 4 area or is there not? That's what I want to find out. Okay, if there's not an Article 4 area, great. Chances are though, it'll be like more saturated with what we do because it's easier to invest in those areas. Article 4 equals harder, no Article 4 equals easier. Summed up pretty nicely there. And yeah, I'm going to find out if there's Article 4. So, area research. I will also ask the people that I am going to meet recommendations. I'll just say that. You might be thinking, Scott, why would they recommend where to go? Because you are competition. That's a bullshit mindset. I can collab with you. I can do loads of stuff. If you're, say, a buy-to-let sourcer or investor, and you come across a property and you're like, shit, doesn't work as a buy-to-let. But I'll tell you what it would work as, a HMO conversion. Scott McPherson said he's open to doing that with me. All I've got to do is send them the property with like the information that I've gathered so far, and I'll get, I don't know, a few grand, whatever, as long as you're a compliant sourcer, right? That is how people recommend areas, because it's in their interest. They will make more money and they'll do more business. And honestly, when there's thousands and thousands and thousands of houses in an area, one person cannot fucking buy all of that. So if anyone's hoarding it, if you're hoarding it, if you're fucking watching this and you're like, I'm gatekeeping all this, if you're one of those people, it's not going to do well. You make more money collaborating than you do competing. It's better to have, I love this one, it's better to have 100% of a watermelon. No, wait. It's better to have 50% of watermelon than 100% of a grape. All right, there you go. So people are going to recommend areas, but once they do, they might be bullshitting me, they might be misinformed, they might not have that good due diligence, etc., etc., etc. So I will then do my own due diligence with all of these. I want to make sure that it's scalable, that there is enough properties to do what we want to do, there's enough amenities, there's enough, you know, demand, supply, etc., etc., for the amount that we want to do. Not that we're going to do like thousands or anything, but you don't want to go there and you can only do like 2 or 3 and you got to find a new fucking area again. It's just a bollock. So I want to make sure that it's scalable. Anyway, the goal is to do almost 500,000. That'd be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it? So to do all of that, I need to do this first. I need to find people out there, meet with them, and leverage their networks, and then we can help each other, right? We can help each other. There's a scope to help each other. Using the information I gather from them and their networks, I can then do my own research specifically. I've done some research enough to know that we're happy to go to that area, but there's nothing like boots on the ground research. People that have been there for years, that have grown up there, and they're like, oh yeah, Rightmove says this area is not bad, but I'm from that area and it's a shithole. You'll get stabbed within 2 seconds with a Scottish accent like that, right? So I want to do the research as well as speaking to these people. And then once I speak to these people, do the research and stuff, that's when we go in and we put in offers and we do this, do that, because we want a power team. So builder, this is prior to doing offers, by the way, which is why I'm doing a wee tangent. Builder, valuer, we got a solicitor, no, you need an architect, structural engineer, we got building control, we've got a broker. All right, so we need structural engineer, architect, valuer, builder, and maybe an interior designer. I want to take that onto the team, you know, because I'm finding that I'm designing the projects and it would be far better. Yes, it'll cost a bit more, but I think it'll be far better to get an interior designer. So I want an interior designer, a proper one, legit one. If you are an interior designer, reach out to me because I would love to meet you. All right. So basically, once I've met the network, once they've given me information and we've decided to help each other, once I've done my research, once I'm like, right, 100% happy with this area, and once I have the power team all referred, by the way, carried out due diligence, isn't just some random fucking people, they're from people that I trust, maybe from like the people that I meet. Once I find those people, that's when we start doing offers, that's when we start doing viewings, and that's when we start fucking going nuts and just cranking it in this new area, all right? And that is when we will hit the, I'll say 500,000 goal. That is when we hit that, right? So that's that goal broken down. Another one, clear debts. Done it, but I'll tell you how I done it. The snowball effect. Let's say I've not done the numbers, by the way, on this, so do not think this is like 100% accurate, but it's just for example. So let's say you're spending £50 a month on this, you're spending £100 a month on that, and you're spending, I don't know, £500. This is, Jesus, you pay that off in 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll move it to £50, £70, and then £100. All right. Again, you're probably thinking, Scott, this is such wrong numbers. Don't worry about it. Focus on the message, not the numbers. All right. So I decided I'm going to pay off this debt. It's a snowball effect. David Ramsey came up with this. Look it up. He will explain it better than I do. But I attacked this debt. I paid off the minimum payments for these in the meantime and just attacked this with everything that I had. Everything. Including the money I made from crypto. Everything. Now, once that is done, see that £50 a month there? Transfer over here. So now I'm doing £120 a month. whilst attacking it with everything that I've got. All right, so see that £50 a month there? We just transferred it over and attack it over. Okay, and then this, that's 190, so that's 290 a month on this one now. And I'm attacking this one with everything that I've got. There we go. And this is it, and that's that. That is how I crossed off all of these. It's good, isn't it? It's good. I like the snowball effect. 100% recommend. It's one of those that you're paying interest. Oh, it's not bad just now, managing it. But have a wee think to yourself, how long have you had that credit card for? Has it been 2 years, 3 years? 12 times 50, 600, 3 years, 1,800 quid. What would you do with that just now, eh? I'm telling you, it flies by and it can just go into nothing. All right, 2 personal goals that I'm gonna do is, one is run the marathon, run London Marathon for Macmillan Cancer Trust. Boom, link below. Always gonna do a call to action on this. Can't do too many for charity, man. So Macmillan Cancer Trust and London Marathon, that's April 27th. So this one's pretty simple. I'm just breaking it down to simple. I'm using Runner, the app. So I'm outsourcing that. I don't have to think about that. Simple, don't have to worry about that. And all I'm doing is 3 runs a week. 3 runs per week. So it's usually like a Monday, Thursday, Saturday. That one's usually your intervals. Easy run, long run, because then there's a longer recovery to that, right? That's just simple because running is something that 99% of the time I don't want to do. Very rare I actually want to go for one of these runs, but 3 times a week, that's it. So I know that if I do that, I'll be able to run, I'll be able to run the London Marathon from Macmillan Cancer Trust. Now, what is my goal? Yes, I want to raise 2.5k for that, of which I'll be putting some of my own money in. I also want to be able to run the marathon without stopping. That's it. I'm not going for a time. I just do not want to stop. So I believe if I run 3 times per week using the Runner app, I'll be able to hit both of those goals. And if I use social media, network like friends, family, colleagues, etc., I'll be able to hit this goal here as well. Those 3 things, nice and simple. Just keep it simple, stupid. KISS. I'm sure you've heard of that before. The next one is guitar. Got acoustic, got electric. Stevie Ray Vaughan, you can see that one there. Yeah, well, brilliant. Now, like I said before, I could play the guitar, I could play the chords and stuff like Ed Sheeran, like the 4 chords, all that sort of stuff. I can play that and I love it. But I love the blues. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan, Snowy White, B.B. King, Joe Bonamassa. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to throw him in there. John Mayer, he was good. Who's your man that sings Brother in Arms? Dire Straits. All of these people, Gary Moore, love all of them. I love the blues. It's all I listen to in music-wise, and Ed Sheeran, of course. So I want to be able to sit with that, sit in this chair for an hour, 2 hours, put on a backing track and just get lost in it. That's all I want. I want to be able to get lost, which is what probably some of you are thinking after all the shite that I've talked in this video. Get lost in the music. Feel it, man, feel it. So I want to be able to do that. How am I going to do that? 1 hour every 2 weeks for now, and then maybe increase it to 1 hour every week. Lessons, these are lessons by the way, so 1 hour every 2 weeks, but in that I'm going to do, say, an hour every second night. I want to do like 3 hours a week of practice, so 3 hours per week. And what I am doing is, at the moment, it's just like 1 hour 1 hour 3 times a week. So yeah, 1 hour 3 times a week. But I might do like 30 minutes 6 days a week just so it's consistent. But I'm just doing that right now because that's what works for me. With all of these, with all of my goals, by the way, I should say this, I block it in Google Calendar. Let me pull it up. This is something I definitely recommend. I put it as a week, so every 2 weeks I've got it blocked out, non-negotiable. That is blocked out, non-negotiable. It's connected to Runner and don't have to worry about that. Networking, there's so many non-negotiables in here. All right, so I've got meetings with Michael, right? So start of the week, end of the week, meetings with Claire, admin, site visits, they're blocked out for every week. And I've got to put in guitar lessons, so guitar lessons there. And basically, I've just got these like non-negotiables. And I recommend you do the same. Think about it. Your week looking like this, blocked off, you can see it all. It just looks nice and clean. So definitely recommend that to help with your goals. Non-negotiable, I'm gonna do this 3 times a week. Gym, it's locked in. I don't give a fuck if someone wants to do a meeting at that time. I have to do that in order to achieve my personal goals. They're just important as business, in my opinion, right? Maybe not guitar, it's not as important as the business, but running, that's health, that's fitness, that's clearing the mind, you know, all that jazz. So some of them are they're just as important. So it's non-negotiable. When it comes to, say, spending half an hour every day, reaching out to people, building your network, 30 minutes, say 10 until 10:30 every day, if you block that out, non-negotiable. If that's your goal to grow your network, like me, it's a non-negotiable. I don't care what you say, put it in, right? And then you'll see these start to stack up. And if your non-negotiables, they're the ones that are locked in your calendar, right? If they're in there, then you are on track to hit all your goals. Right, on to the next one. 250 YouTube subs. This is for this quarter, this one. I kind of lost track because I think for the other ones, I've done the annual goal when I should have been doing quarter. So 250 YouTube subs, that's for this quarter. I want to do almost daily, right? The goal is to do almost daily because I'm not going to do Sundays. I spend them with Lauren and most Saturdays. Now, what kind of content have I got? I've got site visits, like yesterday's one. Got admin days, like today. Just sat in doing naff all. Usually it's a lot more chaotic than this and you'd be seeing a lot more, but yeah, nothing going on. Site visits, admin days, networking. These are all things that I can include in them. So networking, viewings, etc. Right, you get it? The whole property investment, deal packaging, all these things that you do, negotiating, all these things, the calls and stuff, that is what is going to be included. Those are things that are going to be included in this, right? But I want to do almost daily because I do more when I'm recording. That is just a cold hard fact. I know I'm talking to a camera in here. There's no one in here. It's just a camera on a tripod. But I feel like people are watching me. I would never have done like this and a few other things. Like yesterday, I wouldn't have gone for my run if I didn't think anyone was watching. I needed to come up with ideas. I'm getting a call. Hey up.
I've got the cleaners going today to the house completely raw. When they tell me that they're done, then I'll let you know.
Yeah, no worries, that's sound. I've got to go let cleaners in Michael's house. God, last minute. Almost daily, where was I? I was probably on a good point as well. Right, I want to do it almost daily, but how do I make these things, like these things are fun, like going to networking events, viewings, because that involves like negotiating, putting in offers, all that sub stuff. Site visits, you meet all the lads on site, you see all the progress, like that's exciting, that's exciting, that's exciting. Days like this, boring. But, oh no, I was saying I was doing more stuff because you're watching with me. And that is absolutely true. Whether people watch this or not, I know that I'm going to work more to get more content in, right? So admin days, those kind of suck. But what system am I going to do for this? I want to do almost daily because I believe that'll get me to 250 subs, right? Wouldn't that be fucking awesome? By the way, subscribe. That'd be pretty cool. Get my way up to there. Right, system I've got in place. For site visit days, so site visit days, it's so simple to record, and I definitely recommend, if you're going to do social media, I definitely recommend this sort of thing. Site visit days, I already have the car mount in the camera, so I have the suction cup, the camera suction cup in the car, on the windscreen at the front, in front of the passenger side seat. So when I get in the car, screw it on, it's ready to go. So that's simple. I get in the car, and record. Okay, so when I'm in the car, record a chat. Okay, this is what I'm fucking gonna do today. Here's what happened. And whenever someone phones, I hit record, just in case. I would never, ever, ever, ever post something that's confidential. Ever. Like, I have calls with clients, builders are telling me stuff, like solicitors, all these people are telling me important details. I will never post those. I'll only post like the funny stuff or like the crazy stuff, right? Because it's all confidential and it's not acceptable to do that, right? So I hit record because you never know what a phone call is going to be. It's fucking, sometimes it is nuts. I go to site, I just record, easy. I do this anyway for clients. Like, this is something I'm integrating it with what I already do. So it's not any extra skin off my teeth. The only time it's any more skin off my teeth is this. So site record and edit, which is very simple because it's just talking, edit, like it's just talking to a camera. It's like very low. It takes about 30 minutes to do that. My point here is, I know you don't care specifically about what it is that I do. I totally get that. And if you're still watching this, fair play, because so far it's just been all about me. Probably making this just to hold me accountable, right? But this is something I want to teach properly. Make it as integrating as possible, like with what you do daily, so it's not any more difficult. Okay, so like I already get in the car, I already go to site, I already record at site. The only thing I'm adding is the editing and like screwing a camera in the car. Like, that's it. That's the only two things. And the editing's simple. When you watch this video or the last video, it's really simple. It's just long clips, no cuts, no fancy fucking graphics and all that. Just basic editing. So I'm not adding much more friction to my already chaotic daily life in order to do these, okay? That's something I want to hammer at home. And if I do them twice a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week out in the field. So out in the field stuff, I want to do like 3 times a week or 4, as much as possible, which is why I want to hammer in the networking. And with this new area coming up and all these new viewings and stuff, there's going to be a lot of new out in the field stuff. But for admin days, I think, yes, it's fun saying like, oh, here's what I'm going to do today. But it's fucking boring for your perspective. It's really boring. You don't just want to watch someone do admin, like reply to emails and stuff. So I've got to try and make a point, like something like this, what I'm doing here. Granted, it's been a lot about me, and in the future, I'll try and transfer it and be over about you. But for now, I want to try and make like some overall point of the video. If it's just a pure admin day where I barely go outside, there has to be a point of the video, whether, like, basically, I want to educate. I want to do something, educate, like provide value in that sense, because there's not much entertainment side of things, like the site visits and all those out in the field stuff. That's entertainment, so that's the value you're getting there. Whereas here, it's educational value. So, all I've done is educate you about what I want to do. I hope there's stuff you can take from this. I'll still post this, because I don't want to find a fucking excuse not to post this. I've realized it's all been about me. However, I'm going to make more proper educational stuff, like proper stuff, like mindset, stuff about being an entrepreneur, deal packaging, HMOs, all that sort of stuff. I want to do stuff like that, and provide educational value. Now, that's not that hard. I just set up a tripod, set up the whiteboard. That's it. That's it. It's all up here. And when I come up with ideas, what I do is, if I'm out for a walk or whatever, I literally just go out here, voice note, or just type it in a reminder. Like, I've got my reminders tab right there in the home screen. Just type their idea and then whack it on here, okay? So that's it. That's how I generate the ideas for this. It's simple. So educational value. So whiteboard and notes app, NA, notes app. And then that's it, edit. It's not that bad. It's not that integrated with my day, but I'm not going out to do anything. I'm not doing a big setup to do anything. Like, this whiteboard is just sat there in the corner. That tripod sat there in the corner. All I'm doing is moving the camera from there to there. That's it. So it's not that much friction to my day. Please try and integrate that into your daily life. If you're going to build systems, if you're going to do something that requires more work, like say if you're going to start this content creation side of things, try and make it as seamless as possible. Something that you don't mind doing. It's not going to take way too much out of your day. And then that's it. This is it, and that's that. That's the admin side of things. I think if I do almost daily, I do educational stuff, and I show you how to do the offers, negotiating, the networking, the site visits, all the things that go wrong on site, all the bad things, all the good things, all these things, how to find properties, all of these things that come into deal packaging and investing in property. Then I reckon that'll get me to 250 subs this quarter. Tough goal, tough goal. I'm going to end the video, right? But I say all of this to say, just break down your goals as much as possible. If you're like, I want to do 10 deals this year, what does that mean? Okay, I've got to have this many people looking for properties for me. I've got to co-source, or I've got to use sourcers or something because I personally can't find 10 deals this year. I've got to leverage other people. And it also might mean like finding another area, or it might be just expanding your power team. Like, what does it mean? If you're like, okay, in order for me to do like 10 deals this year, yes, I can find them on myself and my broker's enough, they can handle it, but my builder can't do 10. Right, there's the bottleneck. There's the bottleneck, and I've got to go out and find new builders. How do I find new builders? Maybe I ask the team that I've already got, other investors that I know. I go to networking events, stand up. Hey, I'm Scott McPherson, and I'm looking to expand my portfolio right now. My builder can only do 3 projects. I'm looking for 2 or 3 more builders. If you have any referrals or anything, please let me know. That'd be great because I'm looking to expand my portfolio and I could really appreciate the help. Just something like that, right? Okay? Just find the bottleneck and then break down your goals so it's nice and easy. And then that's it. Try and make it as integrated into your daily life as possible. If you're already going to networking events, adjusting your pitch a wee bit to help to go towards your goals, that's fine. Or if you just listen to all these things in the conversation, you might see a guy, now that you're looking for a builder, for example, you might see a guy that has like SM construction on his back because he just came off site to a networking event. Oh, there's a builder, I'll chat to him. What are you up to? You want to go for a coffee, chat about stuff? Yeah, brilliant. You'll have an eye out for it, okay? So find the bottleneck and break it down so it's simple. And then 250, I want it to be 500, 1,000, etc., etc. And same with all your goals. Just break them down. I hope this video was not chaotic. All right. I'll see you in Monday or Tuesday, whenever. That's it. Cheers.